Folks, we was invited up here with Pine Belt Relics, well, with Zach. Randy couldn't make it. He had a prior commitment, and so did Mike, but I was free. And I came up, and we've been digging a little while, found some tools and some pottery. In fact, Zach found one cool piece of pottery. I'll show it to you, but he's also got something else here. He said it's broke, but we want to take a look at it.
Yeah,
Look at this. They got the same spirals on it as that piece we found in Greene County the other day. Wonder what that means. Here you go. All right, he's got something down in here. Oh.
Oh, chick, look.
Yeah, look at that. That would have been a nice one.
I guarantee you. 3 or 4 incher.
Mm-hmm. Look at that material. Good Lord. That would have been pretty. All right, we get back digging. It's hot out here. We're going to try it. A few days ago, Randy and Kenneth and myself, we went on the creek and did some hunting. We dug all day. Found one good point. Y'all take a look at this.
Behind the bushes?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Something happened.
Are you rolling?
Yeah.
Was you rolling when I fell?
I don't think I got on camera. luckily for you.
All right, folks, we've been digging here
4 hours.
4 hours.
Not me.
Not
me.
Kenneth just got here.
Kenneth just got here.
He brought us some luck.
He brought us some luck. Randy dug this. I got to show it. Randy, a little green bottle. I'm taking that home with me. But we got our first artifact.
And folks, when I pulled it up, it was sitting way up here, and the water settled in the scoop here. We're gonna let y'all see it when it rolls out. There it is, right there.
Ooh.
Yeah, everything's there too.
Oh!
Look at
Oh, that looks good.
Boy, when you've been digging all day and that's the first thing you found?
And that's the best point I found. That's the first point I found that had everything this year.
This year, yeah.
We were just talking about it. Me and Spike, we've been snake bit. I don't think we could put everything we found together and have a decent looking little frame. No, me neither. Now it's time to put hands on it.
Good Lord.
Here, get a picture of
I've
it.
already got it.
You got it? Okay.
Man, that material is
That's
something.
pretty. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's nice. Man, that tickles me right there. Y'all don't know. Like I said, we moved gravel for 4 hours and we were getting pretty aggravated.
We're way past our cubic yard that we have calculated that it takes to move before you find one.
Yeah. We didn't even think we was going to get our participation point today. Like I said, that's the first point I found all year that's had base and a point on it. So.
Sitting there watching Zach picking in the wall, and I said, "What you got?" He said, "I don't know. He's got a point." He said, "I hate for it to be a false alarm." I said, "Well, it's all right." Oh yeah, look right there, right there. Y'all see it? Right under there. Yeah. That's a good looking point, Zach. If nothing else,
It's in there good.
yeah. It's got some pressure. Oh, y'all look at that. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tool.
And that's a tool. Well,
Yeah.
no wonder it had some pressure on it. Yeah. All right. Something else will be right there. That's Zach. What is that red? Some more down that?
Clay.
Clay?
Yeah.
All right. On to another one. Told Zach I ain't gonna let him get too far away from me. I'm gonna dig in a hole close to him. And he said this was a good hole. I came over here and started clearing the tailings back so I could start digging and rake this little turtleback scraper out. That's one of the coolest ones I've found in a good while, and I'm finding a lot of scrapers. Yep, I like that. I'm over there looking at the creek and hear Zach hollers he's got one. So let's he said it's a nice one, a thin one. So he just said he failed it in his tailings. I'm gonna get down here beside you, bud. Get it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Resharpened. I
Yeah.
get no or busted.
Don't matter. It's a good point, Pawpaw.
Look how thin.
It is thin, ain't it? It is. Hold on, let me get a picture of it in your hand there. Yeah, that thing. Let me see that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Can't tell if it,
I can't either if it's broke.
but it's nice though.
Definitely broke, but
Get a little sun on it here. Oh, I lost the man's point. That is Randy. All right, Zach. Congratulations.
thank you, sir.
Folks, it hadn't been a minute. I'm still taking pictures of the other point, and Zach says I got another one in the wall. So let's get down in here. It's up to the top.
It's kind of up to the top right
Get
there.
down in there where we can see it. Oh, I still can't even
I
see
can't see it either, but I
Uh-huh.
felt it.
it. All right. Oh, oh,
Side knot.
yeah, side knots. That's a
Wow.
that's an old point there, bud. I wonder if that's one of those San Patrice Leaf River
Rivers.
variants. If some of y'all out there know, comment and let us know. We found one on the creek several years ago, and we just figured out the other day what that was. Tip was missing on it, but I found a black point, something like that last year. I just knocked this one out of the wall. It's a tip off of one. Gotta record it though. All right, got something I gotta show you. I don't think y'all have dug anything like this, have you, before? And I'm about 1.5 feet deep, right at the edge of the hard pan. And I hit something white and come out of there, and it's a pile of mussel shells. I'm gonna show it to you, then I'm gonna take my time and see what I can find in there with it. You see them? Look at this. They're all in there. There's more back in there. See? That's cool. I should have mentioned, they brought these mussel shells up from the river or from the creek. The creek's right behind us, the river a little bit further up. And their diet consisted of a lot of mussel shells. I've seen midden piles that were big as football fields and half as high as, well, 50 yards high. So this is cool. Okay, let's take a better look at these after they're cleaned up. It turns out there's probably 4 whole shells. These 2 are one, and these 2, this is what's left of this shell. It hit it with the shovel and it crumbled. They're basically turning to powder now that they've come out of the ground. But so it was 2 whole mussels or clams or whatever they are. I'm not sure what kind they are. I've asked on the computer for help, and everybody kind of seems to be like me. They're some kind of mussel or clam, but in any case, they're really old. They've been in the ground for thousands of years. They were stacked on top of each other like this in the hole, and I hit them and they fell out. And what fascinates me so much about this, if you think about it, somebody sat down with a snack or maybe a full meal 3 to 4 to 5,000 years ago and ate these things, stacked them up and left them there, and they settled into the ground 1.5 feet deep over thousands of years. It's like finding somebody's 3,000 or 4,000 year old Big Mac pack that they left behind, the carton that it came in, or at the very least maybe a Baby Ruth wrapper or something. It's a personal thing, and I'm gonna keep them. They're crumbling, but it's not like finding them in a midden pile. You find them in a midden pile and they're thrown away in the trash. Somebody ate these and set them down where they finished with them and left them. Zach found 2 points only about 1.5 feet or 2 foot from these. So we were right in an area that had quite a bit of artifacts in it. But I wanted to share that with you because to me, to us, this is the fascinating part of this. We're not out there just digging rocks to be digging rocks or digging arrowheads for arrowheads. We're doing this because the people, their lives fascinated us. And we're just sharing it with you just in case it fascinates you the same. It's a box turtle.
It sure is. I didn't know they swim.
I guess they have to, don't they? Come on out there, fella. Not going to harass any wildlife. He said, well, I have swim over here. Four of them different sizes.
Mm-hmm.
They told us on the comments on one of our videos, we wanted that they come up from the ocean up these rivers, and this is where they raise up here, and then they go back to the ocean. I don't know. One there. That's cool as it can be.
That is cool. I've never seen that.
See the eels, folks? There's 4 of them. And I don't know if they're spawning or what, but they're moving rocks out of the way with their mouth. See? Look, he picked it up. See it? He's moving rocks with his mouth. Marty Stauffer, eat your heart out. Look at him. Look, he got that big old rock. Look. Where you going with that, buddy? Watch him. He got that big rock in his mouth. See? Yeah. Look, both of them. Look at him. Trying to break it loose there.
It's the horsepower going.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. That's cool. I mean, to see that. Folks, while we're down here on the creek, I want to show you something. Most of the artifacts that we found are made out of what we used to call river rock. Found out a couple of years ago, somebody told us that it's called Mississippi Citronelle Gravel Chert. And all it is river rock, like Zach's got right here. These big old chunks of rock come off the river. They'd come down and somehow they learned how to heat treat them, heat them up, made it easier to work. And we dig them up there all the time. Big old chunks of rock. And then you see these big rock bars. And that's what they had to work with, except maybe a little bit of Tyler had a quartzite, and you know when they got a hold of a piece of that, they thought they had something. We just thought we'd share that with you.